The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Mike in Wilmington. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hey, Tommy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
Good, pal. Good. I'm calling to give you a compliment because I just want your listeners to know that you are on your game right now. I've been listening to you for a lot of years, Tom, and you were on your game. And I'll tell you, I'll never forget you calling King Dollar back when it was in the 70s. You saying it was going here, and everybody couldn't even believe that it could even dream that it was ever going to go back to the 90s.
I appreciate the feedback, man.
All right, pal.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Communicate with clarity. Communicate with others as clearly as you can be, to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. If all humans would communicate with impeccability of the word, all our relationships would change. There'd be no wars, no violence, no misunderstandings. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 33, NASDAQ off 5, S&P's down 1.5, gold contract down $4.30, trading at $1,325 an ounce. Silver down 5 cents at $18.50 an ounce. Platinum off $5 at $1,073 an ounce. Copper flat at $2.08 a pound. Light sweet crude up 53 cents, trading at $47.30 a barrel. Bonds, 10-year note down 5 ticks, 132.01. 30-year bond off 22 ticks, 171.18. Both the notes and the bonds, folks. Now, they're down slightly. The volume is a monster, though. So the volume is saying that these are going to go after a potential B point of an ABC structure on the way down. You get Janet Yellen 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Guess what? Looks to me like those babies are going down there, and we'll see what she has to say. King Dollar down 27 ticks, trading at 94.72. The euro is trading at $1.12, and the yen is at 100.57. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so here we go. You get a sideways movement. You're down 15 cents. You're at 217.70. And guess what, folks? You get another not expansion of volume, but we hit a high on Tuesday with 53 million. Yesterday you come down with 71. Today we're down with 65. This is saying it wants to go into the 216 to 214 area. So that is saying that tomorrow we're going to have a down day. And if you get an expansion of volume on a Friday in the summer, guess what? There'll be follow through on that because that is really tough to do. NDX 100, the 3 Qs, they were laying into the NDX 100 out here, folks. Didn't move a lot, but guess what? Monster volume. We had established a high on Tuesday, $118, 11.9 million shares. You come off that high yesterday with 17 million. We did 23 million today. They're laying right into this thing. What does that set up? That sets up a 114 to 115 inside the 3 Qs. Now, what I expect you're actually probably going to see out here is that Janet Yellen speaks at 10 o'clock. Our markets, the Dow, NASDAQ, small caps, S&Ps, open for equities at 9:30. That being said, if this speech gets released before 9:30, which it very well could, it could get released an hour ahead of time. We'll see when it gets released. What would happen, I suspect, is that they read the speech, market reads the speech, they don't like it, futures go down big. If that's what you have, the Qs in particular can jump the creek. See, there's a creek that's set up, and it's set up at $116.13. And what jump the creek means, folks, is that the futures either had gone down or gone up. What happens, however, to establish a creek, you have to have like a sideways move for quite a bit of time, and that's what we've had inside the Qs right now. The Qs have been going sideways since since August 15th. Now the SPY is more intense. The SPY has been sideways going all the way back to July 15th. And I expect the same thing would happen in the SPY, by the way. The SPY could open at 214, and right now you're at 217. Gold contract, what do we have with gold? Gold contract is trading at 1325. You did 144,000 contracts. You know, for how the mining's moved, meaning dramatically lower, gold really hasn't got killed. You know, it just hasn't. I do expect this. We're going to be down in the 1288 area. You know, we'll see how we get down there. Bottom line, your first swing point that you have to make it by is the 1318 area. And when you do take a look at the metals in particular, if I put this on a longer-term chart, you know, what you're going to see is that, bottom line, this is a one-way move from the bottom. We went from 1,046 up to 1,377. My take is that you get a normal retracement in a move that wants to go higher. You know, you're talking almost a 40% move, 35% move topside. You get a pullback, you pull back 50%, and what does that set up? Sets up the next leg. Because when we do look at the perception of Janet Yellen and the crowd out here, I suspect that, yes, they want to go up in December, but once they really let the market know they want to go up in December, the market's going to freak. The market wants to go south. As the market goes south, guess what? Bottom line, something will come up and say, okay, we wanted to go up, but we're not going to go up. King dollar. What do we have with King dollar? King dollar is building cause for higher price. Right now, you have King dollar down 27 ticks. Volume is anemic on King dollar. You're down on this 7,700 contracts. What King dollar had done is that it tested the June 24th Brexit breakout area in the dollar. That's where the dollar went from a price point of 93.73 up to 96.70. We did 66,000 contracts at that level when we went topside. We pulled back, and we pulled back with 22,000. So you had the test, you had the lighter volume. Now what it does need is that, yes, it does need an additional sign of strength out there. Oil, what do we take a look at the oil market. What we have with oil is this. Oil from top to bottom, we take a look at this. Oil was trading on the 3rd of August at $40, goes all the way top side to 49.36, gives it up. What you have out here today is that let's see, so we got a rejection of lower price out here with lighter volume. So oil wants to get into this, it stopped right where it should stop. That's sick. So 47.33, folks, that's wild. That's how we came down on the 22nd. And that is where we went from 49.08 to 47.33. This is actually, well, if it was a penny below, it would be a rejection. I suspect that the oil contract also wants to pull back, $2 to $3. You stay right there, folks. We got our man, Mr. Chris Gaffney, coming up next, the president of Everbank World Markets, and we're going to be talking about the new Market Safe Focus Commodity CD that Everbank's coming out with. And, of course, if you've never heard one of these Everbank commodity CDs, the bottom line, folks, is you cannot lose your principal. It's a beautiful thing. Chris and I are coming right back, folks.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A share bull and bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow Industrials finish down 33, NASDAQ off 5.5, S&P's off 1.5. And you talk about timely, folks. It always seems to happen. It's a beautiful thing. We got Janet Yellen speaking tomorrow morning, Jackson Hole at 10 o'clock. Our guest today is Chris Gaffney. Chris is the president of EverBank World Markets. EverBank has some amazing products, folks. What we're going to be talking about today is the market-safe, focused commodity CD. And you can come over, you can go to everbank.com/TFNN. Follow along with Chris and I as we go through this product. These products that EverBank have, folks, one of the most unique things about them is your principal is 100% protected. Not only that, the fees, there is 0 monthly fee when you open these accounts, folks. Chris Gaffney, welcome back to TFNN.
It is great to be here, Tom.
I'm telling you, man. You know, I don't know if the whole world is on edge. Certainly the world that you and I live in, and the market is on edge for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
We'll have to see what Janet decides or decides to tell us, rather, and see if she's going to sound as dovish as perhaps the statement was, or if she takes a hawkish tone. But I've got to believe that, you know, I'm a firm believer rates are going to stay lower for longer. I don't think that any of the data that we've seen, especially that U.S. GDP data, justify a rate increase right now. So,
right. And when you see the world rates, right, we are high. The 10 years at 1.57. Like, right. And France is at 0.1%. It's like, that doesn't even make any sense.
Japan, you know, Switzerland,
negative,
Europe are negative. In Germany, negative. So, and with negative interest rates or very low interest rates, it actually makes it more attractive to be in some of these investments that perhaps don't pay a fixed rate of interest like our market safe CD. You're giving up a fixed rate of interest, but that's not really giving up that much, and the opportunity is much higher. Obviously, at this, you know, you've got the opportunity to earn up to 50% if commodities prices start moving back higher.
Yes. So let's talk about it. So this is a, you know, we've done a few of these products, folks. This product here, bottom line is that it's open today. Okay, you can fund this today. It's a $1,500 minimum. But guess what? You can do 100,000, 200,000. It's IRA eligible, all of the above. The funding deadline is October 13th. Now let's talk about the commodities so we can walk them through it. We have gold, silver, copper, nickel, soybeans, and sugar. Right?
Right, and you know, the last market safe that we did, I'm sure some of your listeners remember, was based on commodity-based currencies. But while we were, you know, callers to the desk were telling us, you know, I'm not really interested in that. Why don't you do one with the commodities? You know,
okay.
I'm interested in buying the commodities. So, and the commodities, gold, silver, copper, nickel, all important metals. Of course, gold and silver are the precious metals. But
yes.
Nickel and copper are more industrial type metals, and really, if you look at the charts, all of these commodities really took a hit from, you know, around 2011 down to really the beginning
January.
of this year,
right.
and pretty dramatic drop. And now in January they started to move back higher. Certainly had a very good first quarter and a decent second quarter. So the first half of the year they moved higher, but since then they've kind of taken a pause. And we think that, you know, it's not a turning point. We think that you're going to see this commodity rally start back up again, and when you do, I think this product is going to bring you returns.
And folks, this is what's so cool about this. So watch this. What happens is that the funding deadline is October 13th. The issue date for the fund is going to be on the 24th. So what happens is that from October 24th, then you go one full year, and whatever those commodities do, you will get up to 50%. Is that correct, Chris?
It's maxed out at 50%.
Right.
Yeah, the cap on it's going to be 50%, and there is an annual averaging. So what we're going to do, Tom, is we're going to take a reading of the price of those 6 different commodities on the first pricing date, and then we'll compare that original price to 5 annual pricing dates.
Yes.
And then that increase is then calculated to become the upside of the CD. We cap those annual readings at 50%. So the maximum you're going to get over the 5-year period on this CD is 50%. And again, it's going to all depend on where those commodity prices go. There is no downside, though, and that's really an important point. You brought it up first thing. The key to the market safe is that there's no risk to your principal. So even if the commodity markets go back into a bear cycle and drop dramatically,
sure.
The clients are going to get their original principal back, which is really, you know, as the old saying goes, it's more important the return of principal than the return on principal. But in this case, you've got a chance of getting a pretty good return on that principal also.
And you know what's so cool here, folks, is this. Commodities, okay, you don't want to be, let's put it this way, if you're a saver, you really don't want to be trading commodities, okay?
Right.
Because, you know, I trade them, and it's great, but guess what? You know, I would rather be in the insurance business.
It's more of a speculator. Yeah,
exactly.
And especially some of these ag commodities, soybeans, sugar. I mean, those are some pretty volatile commodities, and they're tough to trade. You know, you've got to trade pretty high leverage or pretty big pieces if you're going to get any real return on them.
That's right, and this is a great way to be in that you know that you get your money back, number one. Now, this is pretty cool, folks, is that this is IRA eligible. So, you know, that is money that you want to keep safe at all times. You know, you have an IRA, self-directed IRA, you can get one. You can call Everbank up. They'll walk you through it. 855-750-4051. And that, you know, bottom line, that money's sitting somewhere, folks.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's a risk-free way to get exposure to the commodity markets, and that's you're not going to find a better way to get risk-free exposure to the commodity markets.
It's I just love these products, man. I mean, and it's seriously, and particularly in this type of an environment, because all they're giving up is an opportunity cost. There's plenty of CD people out here. Is an opportunity cost of, okay, what are you going to get in a 5-year? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's 1%. Maybe it's 0.5%. Well, that's all you're giving up, folks. Yep. So check it out. You can go to everbank.com/TFNN. That's one way of doing it. Tomorrow you're going to be able to go right on our website and just hit the Everbank banner. You can give them a call at 855-750-4051. It's 855-750-4051. You open up the account. It's real easy to open up the account, folks. You're cooking. And by the way, folks, they have a lot of other products that you're going to love. I mean, it's a beautiful bank. Chris, thank you so much. You have a great one, a safe one, and
always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure, man.
I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what Yellen comes out with.
I'm telling you, I'm going to be up early, no doubt, man.
All right.
Thanks, Chris. Have a great one. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. It's everbank.com/TFNN. If you happen to be in your car driving, whether you're on the East Coast or the West Coast, folks, just come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see the banner there, the phone number's there, all the above is right there. We're going to be right back, folks. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. And don't forget, folks, coming right up after me, as Andy does every Tuesday and Thursday, we got our man, Mr. Andy Heck. Great hour, Technomental Commodity Report. You can get that right on your cell phone. Go to TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. Let's go to a few numbers here. You had Ultra Salon come out with numbers. Ultra closed at $271.45. That is trading at 268. Let's see what they have to say. This thing's been a rocket ship, man. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so their second quarter comp sales were up 14%. Their net sales was $1 billion. The estimated comp was 12.9%. They did 14.4%. That's amazing. Okay, so let's see what else they're saying. The revenue estimate happened to be $1.06 billion. They did 1.07. They see third quarter. So let's look at third quarter. They see third quarter comp sales at plus 11 to plus 13. They see third quarter net sales coming in at 1.7 to 1.9 billion. You get the stock trading down like 3 points. You know, it was trading down more than 3 points prior to that. But bottom line is that it's going to be hard to knock this baby down. You know, it's intriguing too, because this equity. Let me just see something for a second. So there's a 3% short position, which is nothing. You take a look at this. I believe this is a large ABC up. Yeah, it took out a B point. Let's see when this finishes. Yeah, so it's ABC up real quick. Yeah, so the A point is like 83. That's a 100-point ABC up, which is 246. See, this is an extended ABC up. 246 was the A to B equals C to D, but that was only a 1-to-1. Bottom line is that when you get a 100-point ABC up, if you do a 1 to 1.382, that would be 138 points. If you did a 1 to 1.50, it would be 150. So, bottom line, it's still in that structure. SPLK. This is let's see, web-based application software. This closed at $65.10. This is trading at $61.50. This is taking a hit. Let's see what they have to say. So their revenue is $212 million. The estimate was 3 cents. They made 5, so they beat the estimate, but the market's not being kind to them. License revenue growth slowed quarter on quarter. That's why they're not being kind to them right now. So let's just take a look at this. Developed web-based application software. The company provides software that collects, analyzes machine data generated by websites, applications, servers, networks, and mobile devices. You're trading $61.50. It closed at $65. Oh yeah, this was a counter trend bounce. This had been at last July was at 76, goes down to 29, does a counter trend bounce. You know, it's amazing how many equities folks have just come up to ice. This came up to ice. That's what it did. Came right up to ice, and it's downdraft from August of last year and gave it up in spades. August of last year, stock went from 66 to 55. Had volume of 16 million, and we went into that last week with 6.8 million. Okay, 6.8 million going into your downdraft with 16 million. See ya. Don't want to be ya. This now will make its way back to the $56 area. Autodesk, ADSK. Autodesk right now closed at $63.50. That is trading at $65.80. And I believe this is CAD. These guys are going to get busy. So this is the company's 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional products. This is CAD software and all of the above. Used across industries, in the home and architectural design. Yeah, these are beautiful products. The low is 41, the high 65. Let's see what they did, what they made out here. So oh, this is pretty intense. They estimated a loss of 13 cents, and they ended up with a profit of 5 cents. That's quite a turnaround. The revenue estimate was $512 million. They made $550 million. Wow. They do see, I'm wondering if they just sandbagging things, because so they were supposed to lose 13 cents, and they made 5 in the second quarter. Now they're saying in the third quarter that they see a loss of 22 to 27 cents. They see third quarter revenue come in at $470 million to $485 million. And they see year revenue coming in at $2 billion to $2.05 billion. The estimate had been 1.99. Bottom line is that they're bidding it up. GameStop, GME. Let's go take a look at GameStop. GameStop closed at $32.16. That's trading at $29.78. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, so same-store sales is down 10.6%. They made their bottom line. The estimate was 27 cents. They made 27 cents. The revenue estimate was $1.71 billion. They made $1.6 billion. So bottom line is that they're hitting a rough patch right now. If we take a look at this, it's hard for me to believe that, I know that games are so big, but this is an equity that's down from $46. It was 46 in November of 2015. It goes down to 24. And it's not going to, this is a small consolidation. It's not going to be able to make it over this $32, which, was part of the downdraft. Pretty intense. ULTA. I just want to go back to Ultra Salon for a second. 268. Yeah, that was down 253 today. It's only down an additional $3, which is absolutely nothing for a stock that had gone up so dramatically. Some of the higher volume stocks out here today, this is what you have. You had Bank of America up 13 cents. Micron was up 69. Mylan Pharmaceutical, MYL. Now, the Mylan Pharmaceutical, folks, okay, that's the EpiPen. That's all of the above. And we were calculating this last night. That's the pen went from, $59 to $600 in 5 years. It looks like it cost them $1 to make it. But if you want to take a look at how a stock can get killed market cap-wise, this stock in 3 days, it's worse today, too, only by 30 cents, lost $3 billion in market cap, $3.2 billion in market cap. Stock went from $49 down to $42.85. And what you did have today, and this is where these dead cat bounces are so dangerous, what had happened is that it had opened today at $44.65. It ran up to $45.11 and then just gave it up in spades. Bottom line, this equity's making its way down to the $38 level, and right now we're at $42.25. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We start operating, folks, at 7 tomorrow morning. Check it out, TFNN.com. Hit Tiger TV. We're coming right back.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. And, we got Janet Yellen talking tomorrow, but this just came across the tape. This is going to get intriguing, folks, because they're setting this up that I suspect that Yellen tomorrow is going to be saying that she thinks there should be a rate hike also. What you just had is, two Federal Reserve officials, including, argued that the case for another interest rate hike in interviews tonight. This just happened, as they're waiting for the speech in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Now, Esther George, who is the president of the Kansas City Federal Reserve, and this is the Kansas City Federal Reserve. This is their meeting. And by the way, folks, if you've never been to the Kansas City Federal Reserve website, if you want the best information that's out there on statistics and analysis, they have it. It's all free. It's awesome information. It's amazing information, actually. Bottom line, though, evidently she was just on the air with Mike McKee from Bloomberg, and here, I'll get to the quote. She repeated a case that higher rates were warranted with the U.S. nearing full employment, inflation rising toward the central bank's target. Bottom line is that that's pretty intense, saying that the night before the speech. So what I expect is that you're going to see, guess what? We're going to be having some high volatility out here. Now, folks, let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Thursday. Basil's got a great program right here at TFNN, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time every trading day. Also has a great newsletter, The Opening Call. Now, you can come over and test drive this newsletter, 30 days, absolutely free. Go to TFNN. Go to newsletters, go to trading newsletters, can test drive The Opening Call, 30 days, absolutely free. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
You ready for tomorrow morning?
Well, it's very interesting that you asked me that question because, my belief has always been that big announcements like the Fed announcement doesn't trigger the turn in the market. Usually the turn has either happened already and it just accelerates that move, or it just has a one-day or an intraday phenomenon. So this is going to be very interesting, and I'll explain why.
I'll take a one-day 20-point S&P move.
Well, we are short the Dow, so I'm with you. But let's go through some of the things that have occurred so far. remember last week when we spoke, I mentioned that there was a trend line resistance in the weekly chart of the Dow. This is for those who are listening now on the radio.
Okay.
On the left, I've got a chart that shows the daily chart. And the Chapman wave, we look for peak D, E, or F, and that usually signals that there's a reversal. This is an E, the sixth highest peak at 18,688 on the 15th of August, the day before we started our short position. So now what we're looking at is I'm looking at the MACD and the stochastic in this particular chart, very, very poor. They're weak. But, and this is really interesting, in the decline from July, from the 18,622 high, we went down 400 points to 18,247 in 9 sessions. This is 8 sessions, and we've only gone down about 200 points, maybe a tad more than 200, 240 points. So far, if price is the arbiter of a trend, it says you might have made a top, but you haven't really given any big signals. I do have a down arrow because the technicals are weak, and we've closed under the 9-period moving average a number of times, so I had no choice but to put in the down arrow. So the Dow daily is in a sell mode. That's very interesting. Why?
Okay.
Because the weekly is only now beginning to make a peak E, and we'll only know that if by tomorrow at 4 o'clock the Dow isn't above 18,668. And if you look at the technicals, they're completely different to the daily chart. The technicals here are still strong. If you look at the stochastic, it's just holding beautifully at 93%. In the 93% area and flattening out is usually positive. If I did not know that Janet Yellen was talking tomorrow, I'd say, hey, this is just the same kind of sell-off as we saw before. It's even milder, and if there's any upside surprise, we could have a big spike. But this is the issue. The monthly chart is still very, very strong. So now that I'm making it clear for my subscribers already. I've done most of my report for tomorrow. And basically what I've said is we've got to watch very closely, because if the Dow closes under 18,300, then all of a sudden the weekly chart is underneath, very important, this 9-period moving average, that black line there.
Yes.
So it's very simple. 688 is the number to watch. If we close above that in the next few days, it means the market's recycled higher. And a close under 18,300 says we can start the process. And what's really interesting, you were talking about Alta Salon just a moment ago.
Yes.
So for my subscribers, we've been following this for a couple of days now, and I've been talking about it, saying everything about this chart, if I did not know that earnings were coming out, would say to me, and I'm just showing it here, this is what I sent my subscribers this morning, because we were short a very small amount. I wanted to test it out yesterday, day before, at 274.61. And we had a tight $2.40 stop that turned out to be 0.87% loss that we took. But I wanted it as a trial balloon, because there are certain stocks that have just continued higher and higher and higher all year, in fact, for 2 years. And if they are the ones that are starting to pull back, that's starting to say to me, hey, now you've got to be careful. Now the sector rotation says even the very best of the best are weakening. And what happened was I decided that we would go short a very small position in Alta only if it hit 277 something, and it didn't hit that today, because I was thinking this is a stock that for every quarter it could explode the next day up 4%, even 14% it can bounce. I don't want that kind of risk. So I thought if we miss it completely, that's fine, because if it starts down at this leg F in the Chapman wave, this is what I would call a potential hat-trick top. Leg E in the monthly, leg F in the weekly, leg F in the daily. So if Alta at any point in the next 3 weeks starts to trade in the 266 or lower level, I would not be surprised if it's starting to see the first big consolidation in a long time. So I'm trying to put key market stocks. We've actually started some shorts in different sectors. We actually long the financials at this time, and they held up quite nicely the last 2 days, and I'm not sure they're telling us something about tomorrow. We'll know very soon.
Well,
but those are the parameters.
I mean, the reality is that the rest of the stocks can go south, but if they go up on interest rates, fundamentally the banks will help them.
It helps the banks, right? And we might be seeing that, and that means that once again we could get either sector rotation or there are a lot of people that are very short, and there are a lot of newsletters that are talking about major declines. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying, gee, as long as that that stochastic in the weekly chart is holding in the 90s, that's a nice cushion. So we've got our parameters. I mean, as I say, we are short. We'll cover if we're wrong. But at this point, we've got long positions. We've got short positions. This is a very mixed market, and I think that's the kind of portfolio you need to have. And we'll be watching this very closely, because if you're looking at the TLT, that's the Lehman T-bond, 20-year T-bond, it's got a triangle. It's got what we call an asymmetric triangle. It's at 139.14. If the yields are going to go higher, then you will expect that the support at 138 will break. And if otherwise, it's 141. We'll be watching.
And listen, folks, come over to our website at TFNN. Go to newsletters, go to trading newsletters. You can test drive the opening call right here, right now. 30 days absolutely free. And of course, tomorrow morning, Logan kicks us off 8 o'clock in the morning, folks. Listen to TFNN. Basil, thanks so much, man. Look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thank you, Tom. Have a great evening.
Stay right there, folks.
Has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
Join Andy Hecht as he shows you how to make money in commodities. The Commodities Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. And folks, no matter where you're listening in your car now, remember that you can get us right on your cell phone, TFNN.com. Hit Tiger TV. You're going to get some great HD quality video as well as audio. Okay, so markets out here. Well, if we take a look at the SPY, what you have, folks, is this, is that you had a slight expansion of volume. You're 217.70 right now. I suspect it looks to me like we're going to jump the creek tomorrow morning. So if you happen to be in the equity market, it actually looks to me like you're going to have an open a gap down market. And if that's the case, that would mean that, number one, when the speech gets released, which would be prior to the 9:30 mark, which, you know, we don't know when the speech is going to get released yet. It doesn't have to get released, you know, it'll get released before the fact just for the news operators, but that could be 5 minutes before 10. The way this seems to be set up right now, though, meaning the market, looks to me like it's going to get released before 9:30. If it gets released before 9:30, maybe at 8:30, hour and a half ahead of time, those futures are not going to like it. And the equities themselves can gap down. That's the SPY. The NDX 100, the 3Qs are given the same type of setup. The 3Qs, this is a huge expansion of volume on the 3Qs. The 3Qs had, you know, did 24 million shares. And this is very subtle. You're only down 19 cents. Now, you could ask the question, well, how do you know that that's not buying on the way up? And the answer to that, folks, is that if, in fact, that was buying on the way up with more volume, we would have higher price, not lower price, okay? That's how that works. So what we have now is this, is that you're pushing on the lows, you're pushing with expanded volume, and the danger point, of course, is that because we've gone sideways in the Qs since August 5th, it can jump the creek. We've gone sideways on the SPYs since July 14th. That's pretty intense. You know, I just read the Esther George, you know, from the Kansas City Fed. That is who sponsors the Jackson Hole meeting. It's always a big meeting. Bottom line, she just finished an interview with Bloomberg, and bottom line, she's saying that, hey, guess what? She thinks things are good, and the Fed should go up. And if Yellen says that, bottom line, the market's going to take it that January. I suspect January. If they ever take it that September is a rate hike, that'll really be a mind blow. I don't see it. Right now, the Fed funds rate is 58 right now, 58%. You know, so that started out this morning at 52%. That's going up every hour, and I expect, you know, that the way that it's set up is that, yeah, they'll say that, okay, that's what they want to do. And as when Andy and I were talking a little bit earlier, you know, they may want to do that, folks. But as he was even talking to Chris Gaffney, the world rates are so much less than we have. The rates that we have right now are high, and guess what? They say they're going to go up. You get a pullback, this thing will get toasted and roasted. And bottom line is that they may want to go up, but guess what? Come December, if this market's down even 10%, I suspect that they're not going to go up. Overnight, as soon as Tokyo opens up tonight, folks, you can expect the volatility to start, and that's where this whole thing is shaking out. It looks to me like the dollar index wants higher price. You watch that dollar out here. We're at 94.69 right now, and that dollar looks to me like it's going to go to the top end of this consolidation, which is 97.62. You know, it came back with light volume, and looks like it wants top side. You stay right there, folks. I'm Man Mr. Andy Heck is coming up next to be growling and prowling with you. And always remember, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Everything you need's right inside you, folks. Go have a blast with it. Wow! Look forward to talking to you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.